Hi there. In this video, we're going to cover practical strategies and steps that you can take to manage your time more effectively. My goal is that it'll help you get more done faster and make more consistent progress towards growing your business. We all hear that time is our most important asset, but yet so many people struggle to effectively use it. We know that to grow your business, we need to be more focused and consistent. But what happens when we fail to do that? We get discouraged. We think that we lack willpower or motivation. And I'm here to share with you that it's not necessarily a willpower or a motivation problem. It's more of a system problem. So today I'm going to share actionable ways on how good time management can help you build a better system. So that way you can make more consistent progress to reach your business goals and to grow your business more effectively without relying on motivation or willpower. So the first most crucial step to start managing your time more effectively is that we need to have a goal. We need to have a long-term goal of like 12 months to 3 years. Otherwise, without having a goal, then it's very hard to manage your time effectively because you don't know what you're reaching towards or what you're striving for. It's not very clear. So that would be the first thing that we need to do. And in one of my last videos, I'll put it in the description, I try to cover how to make these long-term goals that can align with your business growth. So that is the first step, because that way all of our actions can align towards reaching that goal, and then we know why we want to manage our time more effectively. So I'll quickly cover how to set that 12-month goal, but essentially you want to write it down. So go ahead and take a piece of paper and pencil. Go ahead and write down what do you hope to achieve by 12 months in regards to growing your business. So you want that to be specific. You want it to be challenging, but not too challenging that it's going to be way too hard, but still somewhat challenging that it still seems achievable and realistic. And it should be deeply relevant to what you find important in growing your business. So once you have that 12-month goal, you have a clear direction. And now we can start setting systems or start managing your time to start working towards it better. And before we dive in deeper, I just wanted to quickly have us be on the same page on what I mean by a system. So when I talk about a system, what I mean is a set of processes or steps that when followed in the right order, using the right resources and tools, they lead to a consistent, reliable outcome or results. All right, once we have a clear 12-month goal for growing our business, we know what we're reaching towards, then we can start using these different tools and resources to start building a better time management system. So one of the tools is going to be using a pocket-sized notepad. So it's a simple tool, but very powerful and effective. So we're going to use that to write down our daily to-do list. And it's not going to be just every little thing. It's going to be the most important tasks you need to work on. You can think of them as your MITs, your most important tasks. So you can write those down the evening before for the next day. And that process of writing those down is going to help you to deeply embed it into your brain. So even when you're not working on them yet, your brain is already thinking about how to solve those problems that you're going to be working on the next day. So when you start actively working on them, you're instantly a lot more effective. So that is going to be the one of the tools that you want to use for your time management. So the second tool or the resource we're going to use is going to be a calendar. It could be a digital calendar or a physical calendar, however you prefer. And I'm surprised to see like how many small business owners don't take the time to do this. And this is instantly makes your time management or your efforts a lot more effective. So the calendar is going to come in handy in the sense of once you have your most important task list for the next day, you're going to look at your calendar for the next day and then make sure you're blocking time to work on those things. Or if you know that you're going to be really busy the next day, then as you're creating that list of your most important tasks, then you can make that list shorter so that way it's more realistic to the amount of time that you have available the next day. Using those things together, using a physical notepad of your most important task, along with making it realistic by fitting it into your calendar the next day, that together is a very powerful time management tool. And it's so simple, but yet so effective. And so many people don't do this basic stuff, and then they're wondering why their business isn't consistently growing. So few powerful things that it does: it gives us clarity, it gives us structure, and it makes it easier to focus and take that consistent action every day, because then we have it aligned by our long-term 12-month goal. So if you do this process each day, I guarantee that you'll make a lot more progress towards reaching your goals. So I hope it was helpful for you. So now that you have those two tools that you know you can use, the pocket-sized notepad and using your calendar, either digital or physical, I want to share some pro tips with you. Once you start doing this a few times, you'll start getting better at it. Just like anything else, more we do it, better that we get. And then to start scaling it, you can even start doing this at the beginning of the week. You can look at what are some of your most important tasks that you need to get done for the week, and then you can start making those time blocks on your calendar for the full week. Like for example, on Monday, I'm working on this task, and then on Tuesday, I have some meetings, and I can't work on as much, I'm gonna work on this task. So it'll help you be more efficient and manage your time better. A few other important things are going to be, make sure that if it's an important task, work on one task at a time. We think that we can multitask, and it's really just, when people try to multitask, is really just jumping from one thing to the other. So make sure if you're working on an important task, keep working on it until it's done. Don't go to the next task until the previous one is not done. So if you don't get it done in one day, work on it the following day. So that's also going to have you stay more focused and consistent toward reaching your goals. And another pro tip is that you want to really make sure that you're focusing on high-level important tasks. If it's something low-level task, see if you can either skip it. Is it somewhere else that you can delegate it to and they can do it for you? Or if you just need to, can you put it off or delay it into the future? So always make sure you're working on high-value tasks that are going to progress your business forward. And one last pro tip, as you're working on growing your small business, sometimes we're going to have really big kind of projects or tasks that we need to work on. And then in those tasks, break it down into your to-do list. For example, there's an old saying, how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time. So if you have a big project that you need to complete, look at what's going to be the most simple or the most basic task that you can break it down into, and then work on that. And then once that's complete, then you go to the next thing. All right, so that's the system, and now it's your job to implement it. So in summary, have a clear 12-month goal. Take some time today or sometime this week if you don't have a clear 12-month goal. And once you have that goal, use a notepad and a calendar, and with the list of most important tasks that you need to work on, and keep working on a task after task. And all those consistent daily actions are going to help you progress towards your goal. And please let me know if this video is helpful to you. And if you still have any questions or concerns, please comment those down below, and I'll do my best to try to answer those. And please, if you think it'll be really useful to somebody to manage their time better, please share it with them, okay? Sometimes we think that, to manage your time and to be more consistent and focused, we need to have out-of-the-world motivation or really high-level skills, but it's really just mastering these fundamentals. And once you master those fundamentals, it's amazing how much progress you can make. So I hope it helps, and take care, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.